Hey guys, welcome back. Now, there is an event coming up in less than 2 months which has the power to give the biggest Ethereum and altcoin rally crypto has ever seen. How about that for a big claim? It would be bigger than the Bitcoin ETFs launch, bigger than the up-and-coming halving, and it's coming in under 2 months. So what exactly is this big event? Well, that's the topic of this video. And we'll be covering firstly a snapshot of how Ethereum is doing right now. We'll then look at Ethereum's #1 USP, its unique selling position, which no other altcoin has. And then we'll finish with this huge event, which if it happens will give the biggest Ethereum and altcoin rally that we've ever seen. Okay, so first up, let's touch base with the Ethereum ecosystem, how it's looking right now, and why it's primed for a massive 2024. So just starting out with the price chart, and for crypto, we always want to start with Bitcoin as it's the best index for the entire market. If Bitcoin is strong and doing well, then you can virtually guarantee that the altcoin market is as well. So when it comes to Bitcoin, as you can see, we've had this monster rally chasing back to the previous all-time high of around 69,000, broke through to 73. We've had a nice pullback, but it's regained back above. At the time of this recording, we are sitting nicely at 70,000. So if it can build a base back above its previous all-time high, this is very, very good and healthy for the crypto market. Then when it comes to ETH, the next narrative with ETH being the largest altcoin, this one will probably be next. And there's a nice approximately 36% gain to get back to the previous all-time high, which is around 4,800. And then from there, it's just under 5,000. So I think 2 times previous all-time high is a realistic target for this next cycle, which would give a $10,000 ETH. So lots of room to run for Ethereum. And this will be virtually guaranteed if what we're about to cover takes place. Now let's dig into the ecosystem. Now, we won't spend too much time on these as I have covered them in the past, but this is just a snapshot look, starting with Ethereum's unique addresses. And so the network and network of effect of Ethereum is looking incredibly strong. Every single year, tens of millions of people are joining Ethereum, and there are no signs of slowing down. So the ecosystem is getting stronger and stronger, and it's just surpassed 250 million unique addresses. Now, when we look at things like how many developers do these top ecosystems have, I think this is the top 11 right now. From a developer point of view, which you could call the smart money, people who actually understand the protocols from the inside out, Ethereum is still attracting 80% of the developers, 2,400 full-time developers, 3 times the size of just the next one. But in true Ethereum style, not only is it taking position 1, but you also have to factor in all of the developers from Polygon being Ethereum, all the developers from Arbitrum, all the developers from Optimism. It's taking the vast majority of the developers. Now, when it comes to the layer 2 ecosystem, as you can see, layer 2s are scaling as well. And this is what's going to make Ethereum super fast and super cheap. Just surpassed 40 billion with massive growth rates happening, especially for Base. This is the layer 2 from Coinbase, which is built on Optimism. So layer 2 is looking very strong. When it comes to DeFi, again, look at the slice of the pie that Ethereum still holds. And again, not only is it position 1 in DeFi, but it's also position 5, also position 6, also position 8, also position 9, and also position 10. So building the alternative financial system is taking place on Ethereum. If you look at Ethereum's validators and also how many people have deposited ETH for staking, again, the picture is just up and to the right. More and more validators are being added, making it super decentralized, and more people are locking their ETH away. Supply is getting locked up, just as the supply is also continuing to shrink. Not only is it zero, here we have Bitcoin, and this is currently increasing by 1.6%, but Ethereum is negative. More is being burned each and every month. So a shrinking supply. So from what I can see, everything going on with Ethereum is priming it to have a successful year. However, it has one big USP that no other altcoin has. What is that? Its biggest USP is the backing of the most successful, largest financial institution in the world. And that is $9 trillion BlackRock. So Larry Fink, the CEO, is clearly a fan of Ethereum. It's just launched an Ethereum fund the other day, but the big one, the deadline that I keep alluding to, is this one. It is the application of the spot Ethereum ETF. And not only did BlackRock file this, but very quickly afterward, so did Fidelity. And this is the event that, if it gets approved, is going to give the biggest Ethereum and altcoin rally that we've ever seen. Now, the SEC is allowed to delay these applications, which it will do, but the final deadline the SEC has to say either yes or no is May the 23rd. This is less than 2 months away, and this is one of the biggest dates in 2024 for the crypto market. For me, it's bigger than the Bitcoin ETFs was. It's bigger than the up-and-coming halving. And why is this so important? It's because Ethereum is the gateway to all the other altcoins. If Ethereum gets approved, it means other altcoins may also get approved. And the altcoin market is going to go absolutely bananas. So the big fierce debate right now that's happening all over the place is this ETF going to be approved or denied? Now, check this out. So this is where we are in this current cycle. This is the halving that's coming up in about 1 month. However, where is the most pivotal part of the crypto market? It's not the actual halving. You can see it's very turbulent around the halving. There's runs before it, there's drops before it. After the halving, there's also some turbulence. Now, this Ethereum ETF deadline is happening around about here. It's the most pivotal time that there is in the 4-year cycle. 1 to 2 months after the halving is when historically the crypto market has gone absolutely bananas. And this is the deadline for the Ethereum ETF this time around. So I don't think people realize just how big this deadline is going to be. The reason it's bigger than the halving is because prices can still fall after the halving. This has the power to be the biggest event this year. Now, before we all speculate on whether it will get approved or won't get approved, instead of listening to all the different people on Twitter, here is a respected voice of authority. And this is Paul Grewal. Now, Paul Grewal is currently the chief legal officer at Coinbase. However, he was vice president at Facebook and is a former US magistrate judge. So this is someone who knows what he's talking about. He's worked in the system, and this is what he said recently. Firstly, with all the ETH FUD that was happening, sigh, again with the ETH misinformation as we await the decision on ETH ETPs. Okay, let's talk about some basic facts about Ethereum. Millions of Americans hold ETH. It's been vital to the crypto economy since 2015. And ETH is a commodity, not a security. Number 1 out of 10. Number 2, the SEC has taken this position for years. Exhibit A, senior SEC officials have said ETH is not a security. Director of Corporation Finance, Hinman's statement. And just go to his Twitter account as he'll give all the accompanying documents and references. Number 4, Exhibit B. Before he was SEC Chair, Gary Gensler himself testified before Congress that ETH is not a security. See his testimony. Exhibit C. And even very recently, the SEC's trial lawyers continue to compare ETH to BTC. Number 6. The CFTC and federal courts have consistently confirmed that ETH is a commodity. Number 7, Exhibit D, ETH futures contracts started trading on the CFTC regulated futures exchanges in 2021. This one is a nail in the coffin for Gary Gensler. Number 8, Exhibit E, the Howey test doesn't determine ETH status. And as we have explained in depth in other proceedings, digital assets like ETH that do not involve ongoing contractual obligation related to a business enterprise are not investment contracts or otherwise securities. Number 9, Exhibit F, even if we were to apply Howey, ETH utterly fails the test, and nothing about the merge changes that conclusion. And finally, number 10, the SEC has no good reason to deny ETH ETP applications, and we hope they won't try to invent one by questioning the long-established regulatory status of ETH, which the SEC has repeatedly endorsed. That's not how the law works, and Americans deserve better. And then, hot off the press, just yesterday, there is a new lawsuit going on against KuCoin, and in the initial proceedings, the CFTC has just called ETH a commodity. So the case is building and building, and the pressure is mounting, and the biggest crypto rally could be upon us. There is an event coming up which has the power to give the biggest Ethereum and altcoin rally that we've ever seen. This would be the approval of the Ethereum ETF for BlackRock and Fidelity, with the final deadline for BlackRock being May the 23rd. Now, obviously, not only would this be massively bullish for Ethereum, but all Ethereum derivatives like Optimism, Arbitrum, Polygon, etc. However, it also means other altcoins like Solana, XRP, Cardano could be next. It literally opens the doors to the entire altcoin market, so the speculation would be enormous. Now, my naturally skeptical mindset says we only have about a 30% chance of it being a yes and 70% chance of it being a no, as unfortunately Gary Gensler, head of the SEC, is not very crypto friendly, and he knows very well what this would do. Now, if it is a no, then it wouldn't be the end of the world. We'd probably get a 20% drop from all the people who had speculated before, but then we'd just pretty much go back to where we are right now, as no other altcoin has an ETF or would be getting one. So finally, even if you're in other altcoins and not Ethereum, you should be cheering Ethereum on because it will be massive for the entire market. And so for me, this event is bigger than the Bitcoin ETFs, it's bigger than the up-and-coming halving, and it's coming in less than 2 months. And so the build-up will be starting shortly. So there you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Now, let me know what you think about these Ethereum ETFs. Let me know below. However, just remember, to get rid of 100% of the comment spam and trading bots that plague YouTube comments, we are trying out the new SuperThanks Commenting system. So to get your question or comment read and replied to, or just to say thanks, then use SuperThanks below. And for now, just to say, if you did enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, and a big thank you to everyone who does, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.